Imagine this. You wake up one morning feeling perfectly fine. You make your coffee, grab your phone, maybe read the paper, and within minutes, you feel a strange tightness in your chest. Most seniors think it's indigestion or fatigue until it's too late. Here's the shocking truth. A 2023 Harvard cardiology review found that nearly 71% of seniors who had heart attacks touched a trigger object within the hour before their attack. Everyday items, things you hold, eat, or even smell, can silently push your heart into crisis mode without you realizing it. But here's the good news. Cardiologists say 7 simple awareness changes can eliminate up to 80% of these hidden triggers from your life without giving up the things you love. So before you touch another cup, handle another gadget, or grab another snack, listen closely, because what you'll learn today could literally save your life. If you're over 60, your heart has already worked more than 2 billion beats. It's carried you through stress, joy, and decades of daily wear. But what most seniors don't realize is that their morning routine, the most innocent part of their day, can quietly set off dangerous heart reactions before breakfast is even over. The cold coffee cup effect. Every morning, millions of seniors pour themselves a hot drink into a cold ceramic or metal cup. Seems harmless, right? But according to the 2022 Journal of Geriatric Cardiology, sudden contact with cold surfaces early in the morning can trigger a vascular constriction response, causing your blood vessels to tighten rapidly. This sudden tightening spikes your blood pressure, forcing your heart to pump harder. Combine that with caffeine, a known cardiac stimulant, and you've created a perfect storm inside your chest. Dr. Stephen Halpern, a cardiologist at Johns Hopkins, calls this the thermal shock trigger. He explains that seniors with stiffer arteries are especially vulnerable because their blood vessels can't expand quickly enough to compensate. The fix? Always pre-warm your cup with a splash of hot water before pouring your coffee or tea. This simple 10-second step prevents the temperature jolt that can start your day with silent stress on your heart. Many people over 60 start their mornings by checking messages or reading the news. But here's a fact most don't know. Digital stress can be just as harmful as physical stress. A 2021 Yale study found that seniors who read emotionally charged headlines or social media posts within the first 15 minutes of waking experienced a 21% spike in cortisol and a temporary 9 to 12-point increase in blood pressure. Your body interprets those stressful headlines the same way it would a physical threat. Your adrenal glands flood your system with adrenaline, and your heart rate jumps. Over time, this repeated spike, every single morning, weakens the blood vessels that feed your heart. The fix: delay checking your phone for at least 20 minutes after waking. Instead, start with a slow glass of warm water and a few deep breaths. Cardiologists from the Cleveland Clinic report that seniors who follow a calm morning routine lower their heart event risk by 28% within 3 months. The kitchen counter chemical trap. Here's something few people think about. The smooth, shiny countertop you clean every morning could be releasing toxic vapors that strain your heart. Modern cleaning sprays, especially those labeled antibacterial, often contain quaternary ammonium compounds. A 2020 Harvard Public Health study linked long-term exposure to these chemicals with higher rates of arrhythmia, irregular heartbeat, and hypertension in adults over 60. Every spray sends microscopic particles into the air you breathe. These compounds irritate your lungs, reducing oxygen levels and increasing heart strain. The fix: switch to vinegar and baking soda cleaners or natural alternatives. If you must use chemical sprays, ventilate your kitchen immediately and wear gloves to minimize skin absorption. One senior from Arizona, 72-year-old Harold, shared how simply switching to natural cleaners dropped his resting blood pressure from 142/90 to 126/82 in just 6 weeks. The sugar spoon surprise. Let's talk about your morning cup again, this time what you put inside it. A Harvard Heart Letter report revealed that adding even 2 teaspoons of sugar to your morning drink can raise your triglyceride levels by up to 20% for the next 4 hours. For seniors, high triglycerides increase the risk of arterial plaque, sticky buildup that can cause heart attacks or strokes. And here's the kicker. Many sugar substitutes like aspartame and sucralose have been found to cause temporary endothelial dysfunction, which means your blood vessels can't relax properly. The fix: replace sugar with small amounts of pure honey or cinnamon. Both contain polyphenol, which helps stabilize blood sugar and improve blood vessel flexibility. A 2023 study from the Journal of Nutrition and Aging found that seniors who replaced refined sugar with honey for just 2 months showed measurable improvements in arterial elasticity. The first step, blood pressure drop. When you first get out of bed, your blood pressure naturally shifts as your body adjusts to standing. For seniors, this sudden movement can cause a dangerous condition called orthostatic hypotension, a rapid blood pressure drop that makes the heart race to compensate. According to the Mayo Clinic, it affects 1 in 3 people over 60, and it's a major hidden cause of morning heart stress. The fix: before getting out of bed, sit up slowly. Wiggle your toes, flex your ankles, and take 3 deep breaths. Then stand. In a 2022 study of 1,000 seniors, those who used this 3-breath rule before standing had 41% fewer morning cardiac symptoms like palpitations and chest tightness. The bathroom temperature shock. Ever noticed how stepping into a cold bathroom feels jarring? That sudden temperature shift sends a signal to your nervous system to constrict blood vessels, temporarily raising blood pressure. A European Heart Journal study found that seniors who stepped into rooms more than 10 degrees Fahrenheit colder than their sleeping area experienced a 52% higher rate of morning cardiac incidents. The fix: before leaving your bedroom, turn on a small bathroom heater or let warm water run briefly. Gradual temperature transition allows your body to adjust smoothly. It's a small act of comfort, but also an act of prevention. The forgotten glass of water. It may sound simple, but dehydration is one of the biggest hidden morning heart triggers. During the night, you lose fluids through breathing and sweating. When you wake up, your blood is thicker and harder to pump. The American Heart Association warns that seniors who skip their morning hydration increase their risk of heart attack by up to 60% within the first 4 hours of waking. The fix: drink a full glass 8 to 10 ounces of room temperature water within 10 minutes of waking. If you add a pinch of sea salt or a squeeze of lemon, you'll replace electrolytes lost overnight and help your heart pump efficiently from the very first beat of your day. So before your next morning even begins, take a closer look at the things you touch: your cup, your phone, your cleaner, your faucet. Each of them could be silently testing your heart without your permission. But the power is in your hands. By adjusting just a few of these everyday habits, you can give your heart a calmer, safer start to every morning and potentially add years to your life. By midday, your body's natural energy starts to shift. For most seniors, this is when your heart works harder, digesting lunch, regulating temperature, and maintaining blood pressure during daily tasks. But what you may not realize is that certain innocent midday habits can silently push your heart toward danger. A 2022 American Geriatric Society study revealed that 46% of heart emergencies in adults over 60 happen between noon and 3 p.m., not in the morning or at night. The reason? A perfect storm of post-meal strain, dehydration, and sudden physical exertion. Let's break down the 3 biggest triggers that strike when seniors least expect them. Many seniors believe they're eating healthy, grilled sandwiches, low-fat soups, or light frozen meals. But what's hiding inside these foods is quietly sabotaging your arteries. According to the Harvard Heart Letter 2023, seniors who consume high-sodium diet meals have twice the risk of post-meal blood pressure spikes, even if their food is labeled heart-friendly. The culprit: hidden sodium preservatives like sodium phosphate and monosodium glutamate, MSG, which are used in soups, sauces, and even salad dressings. When you eat these, your blood retains excess fluid, forcing your heart to pump harder. The effect can last for up to 6 hours after your meal. Here's what's worse: most low-fat products replace natural fats with refined starches and sugars, which cause rapid glucose spikes. This sudden rise in blood sugar increases inflammation in your arteries, thickening the blood and slowing circulation. Dr. Emily Frazier of Stanford Medical Center explains, seniors often believe they're eating right, but their lunch is quietly increasing vascular inflammation. Over time, this repeated stress mimics the damage of smoking 1 pack of cigarettes a week. The fix: make your lunch from fresh, whole ingredients. Avoid pre-packaged soups and sauces. Read the label. If the sodium is over 400 milligrams per serving, skip it. Add potassium-rich foods like avocado, spinach, or beans. They help balance sodium and stabilize blood pressure. Replace white bread with oats or multi-grain wraps. In a 2023 Mayo Clinic experiment, seniors who reduced their midday sodium by 30% saw a 19% improvement in artery flexibility in just 6 weeks. So before your next lunch, remember, it's not just what you eat, it's what's hidden inside your food that could decide your heart's fate. There's nothing wrong with napping. In fact, short naps can be beneficial. But there's a dangerous version of the nap that many seniors don't realize is putting their heart at risk. It's called the postprandial blood pressure drop, a sudden decrease in blood pressure that occurs after eating, especially large meals. When you lie down too soon after lunch, your body diverts blood to your digestive system while your heart rate slows. For healthy young adults, that's fine. But for seniors, the combination of lower blood pressure and slower circulation can lead to reduced oxygen flow to the heart and brain. A University of Tokyo study, 2021, followed 1,200 seniors over 65 and found that those who napped immediately after lunch were 33% more likely to experience cardiac distress, including dizziness, arrhythmia, and even fainting episodes. Here's how it happens. After eating, your digestive system requires extra blood flow. If you lie flat, blood pools in your abdomen while less reaches your brain and heart. This can cause a drop in oxygen, leading to shortness of breath or even loss of consciousness. The fix: wait at least 45 minutes after eating before lying down. If you feel sleepy, sit in a reclined chair with your head elevated rather than lying flat. Keep naps short, no longer than 25 to 30 minutes. Longer naps can push your heart into a deeper rest phase that confuses your internal rhythm. Avoid heavy lunches with too many carbs or fats before napping. Dr. Alan Rivera from the Cleveland Clinic says, a short, upright rest after lunch can rejuvenate you. But lying flat with a full stomach can turn a nap into a hidden cardiac risk. So if you're in the habit of finishing lunch and heading straight to the couch, stand up, walk for a few minutes, and give your heart a chance to catch up first. It's one of the most heartbreaking stories our doctors tell. A senior who feels great all morning eats lunch and then collapses while doing something small. Hanging laundry, bending for a shoe, carrying groceries. These short bursts of movement can shock your heart when your blood is already thick and your digestion is active. A 2022 European Heart Journal study found that sudden physical strain within 2 hours of eating can increase heart attack risk by 64% in adults over 60. The reason? After a meal, your blood flow shifts toward your stomach. If you suddenly lift or bend, your heart must work double time to redirect oxygen. Combine that with mild dehydration and stiff arteries, and even a simple task like carrying a grocery bag can push your heart into crisis. Dr. Linda McCarthy from Johns Hopkins University explains, your heart after lunch is like an engine in gear, running smoothly, but not ready for a sudden hill. Quick bursts of effort can cause electrical instability in the heart muscle. The fix: avoid heavy physical activity for at least 60 to 90 minutes after eating. Do gentle movement instead, light stretching, slow walking, or seated leg raises. If you must do chores, take slow, control breaths while moving. Stay hydrated. Dehydration thickens your blood, making your heart work harder. Real-life example. George, a 74-year-old from Michigan, told his story to AARP Health Bulletin. I felt fine after lunch, so I decided to shovel the driveway. Within minutes, I felt dizzy and cold sweat broke out. It was a mild heart attack. My doctor said it was caused by post-meal exertion. He now follows a strict 90-minute rule. No lifting, bending, or rushing after eating. 3 years later, his cardiologist says his heart function has improved dramatically. Here's what cardiologists call the golden three. Eat light, favor whole foods, low sodium, and balanced potassium. Rest right, nap sitting up, never flat. Move mindfully, delay chores or workouts until your digestion settles. By applying these small but powerful rules, seniors in a 2024 NIH pilot study reduced midday cardiac symptoms by 52% in just 2 months. Your midday hours should be your calmest, not your most dangerous. Protecting your heart during this window means listening to your body, pacing your movements, and respecting the rhythm your heart needs to stay strong. Next, we'll uncover the 3 evening triggers that silently raise your risk while you're trying to relax, including the bedtime mistake that increases night heart attacks by nearly 60%. For most people over 60, nighttime feels like a time of peace, the world slows down, and your body finally gets to rest. But here's the unsettling truth. Over 45% of fatal heart attacks in seniors occur between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m., according to a 2023 report from the American Heart Association. Why? Because nighttime, ironically, is when the heart is left unguarded. As you sleep, your body lowers its defenses, blood pressure dips, heart rhythm slows, and oxygen levels fluctuate. Combine that with a few simple evening habits, and what should be a peaceful night can quietly become the most dangerous part of your day. Let's reveal the 3 nighttime mistakes that silently strain your heart and how to fix them before you lie down tonight. It's one of the most common habits among seniors, a small evening snack before bed. Maybe a bowl of cereal, a slice of toast, or a handful of crackers. But studies show this harmless comfort can send your heart into overdrive while you sleep. A 2022 European Journal of Cardiology study found that seniors who ate within 2 hours of bedtime had a 41% higher rate of nighttime cardiac strain. The reason? When you lie down with food still digesting, your stomach pushes upward on the diaphragm, making your heart work harder and your breathing shallower. This strain is even worse when the snack is refined carbs or sugars. They cause your insulin to spike, which triggers adrenaline and cortisol, 2 hormones that should be quiet at night. These hormones increase nighttime heart rate and blood pressure, disrupting your body's natural recovery cycle. Even dairy like milk or yogurt can be problematic for those with mild lactose intolerance, causing gas and bloating that add pressure to the chest area. The fix: finish your last meal at least 3 hours before bed. If you must snack, choose heart-calming foods, half a banana, a few almonds, or warm chamomile tea. Avoid caffeine after 3 p.m. Even decaf coffee and chocolate contain small amounts that linger in your bloodstream. Try magnesium-rich foods, pumpkin seeds, spinach in your evening meal. Magnesium naturally relaxes blood vessels and supports a stable heart rhythm. The Stanford Sleep Heart Study 2023 showed that seniors who stopped nighttime snacking reduced nocturnal arrhythmia episodes by 38% in just 1 month. Many seniors prefer a cool room for sleep, and while that's healthy to a point, extreme coolness can send your cardiovascular system into panic. When your core body temperature falls too fast, your blood vessels constrict to preserve heat. This constriction, though subtle, raises blood pressure and heart workload, especially in people with hypertension or poor circulation. A University of Toronto sleep study found that when bedroom temperatures fell below 64 degrees Fahrenheit, 18 degrees Celsius, seniors over 65 experienced a 27% increase in nighttime blood pressure spikes and irregular heart rhythms. Dr. Karen Lee, a cardiovascular sleep specialist, explains, "Your heart and blood vessels respond to cold as a threat. For seniors, that nightly temperature shock can undo all the progress made during the day." The fix: keep your bedroom between 68 to 72 degrees Fahrenheit, 20 to 22 degrees Celsius. Avoid heavy blankets that make you overheat and then kick them off. The constant fluctuation can also strain your heart. Wear light, breathable sleepwear, and keep a small blanket nearby instead of piling on layers. If your feet tend to get cold, wear thin cotton socks. Research shows warm feet help regulate body temperature more efficiently. One elderly couple, Rose and Henry from Oregon, followed this simple adjustment after Rose's doctor noticed her night pulse was erratic. Within weeks, her nighttime heart rate stabilized, and she reported deeper, calmer sleep for the first time in years. Sometimes, comfort temperature is cardiac protection. Most people never think twice about how they sleep, but for seniors, your sleeping position can mean the difference between healthy oxygen flow and hidden heart strain. Here's what research shows. Sleeping flat on your back, especially after 60, can reduce lung expansion and restrict oxygen flow to the heart. Sleeping on your right side may compress key arteries and affect circulation. The best position, according to a Cleveland Clinic study, 2021, is the left side semi-fetal position, knees slightly bent, a pillow between the legs, and head elevated about 20 degrees. Why? Because this position helps blood return to the heart more easily, reduces acid reflux, which mimics heart pain, and improves circulation to the lower body. In contrast, lying flat on your back increases your risk of sleep apnea, a dangerous condition where breathing briefly stops during sleep. The National Sleep Foundation estimates that 1 in 4 seniors over 60 have mild to moderate sleep apnea without knowing it. Each pause deprives the heart of oxygen and triggers a burst of adrenaline to restart breathing, keeping your cardiovascular system under constant stress. The fix: sleep slightly elevated. Use an adjustable bed or a wedge pillow. If you snore or wake up tired, talk to your doctor about a sleep study. Treating apnea can cut your heart risk by nearly 50%. Avoid alcohol before bed. It relaxes throat muscles and worsens breathing issues. Keep a regular sleep schedule. The heart thrives on consistency, not chaos. Dr. Angela Howard from the Harvard Sleep Heart Collaborative says, "Your heart needs rhythm, even in rest. Sleep at the same time, wake at the same time, and your cardiac rhythm will thank you." Before you sleep tonight, follow this heart protection routine. No snacks or heavy meals 3 hours before bed. Keep your bedroom between 68 to 72 degrees Fahrenheit. Sleep on your left side. Slightly elevated. Keep water by your bed. A few sips prevent dehydration. Avoid checking your phone or watching the news before sleep. Mental stress spikes nighttime cortisol if you take medication. Set a reminder. Missing doses at night is one of the top causes of nocturnal blood pressure surges. A 2024 Johns Hopkins trial found that seniors who practiced a 5-point nighttime routine like this reduced their nighttime heart attack risk by nearly 60% compared to those who didn't. Your nights should heal you, not harm you. By making small, intentional changes to your evening routine, you give your heart a chance to rest and wake up stronger the next morning. Because after all, sleep isn't just rest for your mind, it's recovery for your heart. If you found these hidden triggers eye-opening, hit like, comment, and subscribe. It helps more seniors discover life-saving information like this. And stay tuned. In our next story, we'll reveal the 3 morning habits that help Japanese elders outlive the rest of the world. Because long life isn't luck, it's knowing the secrets that keep your heart beating strong. If this video opened your eyes or taught you something new, don't just keep it to yourself. Someone you love might need to hear this tonight. Hit that like button if you care about your heart health. Subscribe and turn on the bell so you never miss our next life-saving story, and please share this video with your family and friends over 60. You could be the reason they live to see another beautiful morning. We read every single comment, so tell us below, what heart habit will you change starting today? And don't go anywhere. In our next story, we'll reveal the 3 morning habits that help Japanese elders outlive the rest of the world. Stay safe, stay strong, and remember, every heartbeat is a gift. Protect it.